What a mix-up. JTA President Lasandra Harrison decides she not sign the wage agreement. The woman pull out at the meeting. Guess who? And the new president-elect them put to sign it. This a mix up the woman conscience couldn't lower. A big sellout the JTA sellout the teacher the man. The woman see it and she couldn't sign to it. So even though the vote come in, the president refused to sign. She opted out of the signing process. I can't manage it. Me say man, them people here, them conscience bother them bad. Come in now lie, them sell out the teacher them wicked. A straight sell out. The teacher them get a raw deal. January star in a feel good. Bail extended for 2 men accused of St. James double murder. 2 men who have been charged with a double murder in Paradise Norwood in St. James in 2019 have yet to secure legal representation. Charged are Clifton Anglin and Nicholas Robb. Robb and Anglin have been charged with the murders of Fitzgerald Rodman, otherwise called Flip, of Paradise Norwood, who was 20 years old at the time, and Jamie Anderson of Albion, who was 13 years old at the time. When the case was mentioned in the St. James Circuit Court on Monday, the court was told that Anglin was unrepresented. Presiding High Court Justice Andrea Thomas deferred the matter until September 21, when Anglin is likely to have hired legal counsel. The 2 defendants' bail was extended. According to the allegations, on December 22, 2019, about 8 p.m., Rodman and Anderson were on their way home from a neighborhood shop when they were ambushed by armed men who opened fire on them, hitting them multiple times all over their bodies. They were taken to hospital, where they were pronounced dead. Anglin and Robb were subsequently arrested and charged with the murders. Deadly dispute. An alleged dispute between 2 cousins on Friday is being labeled as the cause of the shooting death of a 2-year-old boy on Sunday in Trelawney. The deceased child has been identified as Adrian Campbell, affectionately called Chubby. Campbell would have turned 3 years old on Friday. The alleged perpetrator, who police believe was trying to go into hiding after committing the crime, was nabbed by lawmen during a stop-and-search operation. Detectives were last evening still gathering evidence as they prepared to lay charges against the accused. According to Deputy Superintendent DSP Winston Milton, officer in charge of the Trelawney Division, police received a call about 8 p.m. and responded to a shooting in Mackhill District, Clarkstown in the parish. Our response was multifaceted in that we had one unit proceeding directly to the scene of the crime, while another unit was involved in a stop-and-search operation on a criminal corridor leading from the scene of the crime. According to DSP Milton, investigations so far have revealed that the 2 male cousins were embroiled in a conflict. One of the men left the scene and returned with a firearm, which was used to open fire at his cousin, who was seated in a Honda motor car. Milton further reported that the bullets missed the intended target and hit Campbell, the 2-year-old boy, who was seated in the rear of the car. The boy was rushed to the Falmouth General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. On Monday, founder of Hear the Children's Cry, Betty Ann Bleed, condemned the incident and expressed sorrow over what she referred to as Jamaica being fed on a steady diet of child abuse and murder, with children as the victims. This case is very distressing, and certainly I send condolences to the family and loved ones. This is another very alarming and disheartening case, and there are too many of them in this country. Week after week, month after month, you hear about vulnerabilities of children and the levels of abuse and murders. We're angry. Are we prepared as Jamaicans to unite and do something about this? It can't be that this is a new norm. Children for a long time have been what people call collateral damage. Children have been fatally killed because they are at certain places. Sometimes they are walking and they get shot and killed. Sometimes they're even in their yards and the criminal come after the adult and the children are there. Children are everywhere. Oftentimes they are killed, not as direct targets but as collateral damage. It is unacceptable. Children should be safe, especially in their homes, Blade insisted. Residents of Mackhill were on Sunday night up in arms about the situation. Trelawney continues to grapple with domestic violence. When reporters visited the community moments after the incident, reporters understand that Shavia Gallimore, Campbell's mother, who is said to be in an advanced stage of pregnancy, had to be admitted in hospital after learning of her son's killing. According to Ricardo Brown, who identified himself as the man who had the dispute with the suspect. The disagreement came about because the would-be killer slapped Brown's pregnant spouse in the face. On Sunday, Brown came under gunfire while he was taking Adrian to purchase ice cream. In a bid to escape, the frightening Brown sped off from the scene, oblivious that the child was harmed. On Sunday, residents who milled around the area where the car was still parked following the shooting recounted the child's mother rushed to the motor vehicle while shouting that her son was inside the car. When she opened the door and saw the boy drenched in blood, she collapsed, residents claimed. Speaking to reporters, Brown, who was controlled with grief, spoke of his ordeal in between sobs. The youth run from up there and start fire gunshot in my car, and then me drive off. When me reach up there me find out say the baby get shot, he said, as tears ran down his cheeks. Friday, he hit me baby mother in her face, and I retaliated, he explained. The suspect's mother expressed that she was upset as a result of her son's alleged actions. I don't eat anything since Sunday night. If me did catch him, I would use my machete to slap him, the distressed mother said while wailing. I am tired to talk to him and tell him to get something to do. He's in one bad company, she lamented. Another family member, Maureen Gooden, bewailed the child's death. They are closely related. In shot at Ricky for nothing at all. There are two sisters speaking in them, as just one family Gooden said, staring into space. One man who was among a gathering at a shop condemned the killing and said, that boy not supposed to live to come back on the road. He ruined. Another man chimed in, when we see the little bikini, me feel it. Cold sweater wash me. May I imagine how the father feel when him here. It's not my child and me feel it so. Them idle boy must leave the community. One resident who accompanied the bleeding baby to the hospital reported that the baby bled profusely and was fighting to catch breath in his hand all the way to the hospital. When we took him from the car at the Falmouth Hospital, blood had run out of him like a pipe bus, he recalled.